Did you know that about 95% of your brain's processing happens beneath awareness? That's right. While you are busy trying to change your habits with willpower and motivational books, your subconscious programming is silently overriding your efforts. It's like trying to manually steer a plane while the autopilot keeps pulling back in the opposite direction. No matter how hard you try to change, something deeper keeps you stuck. And I get it because this was my life for many years. Every January, I would write down new resolutions, eat better, wake up early, be more focused, start that business. And for the first 15 or 20 days, I would be on fire, motivated, driven, committed. But by 4, I would fall right back into my old habits. And I never understood why. Hello, my name is Baykes, and I blamed myself for lacking discipline. But I didn't realize my mind was working against me, not with me. It wasn't until I discovered how our subconscious programming runs 95% of our daily behaviors that things began to shift. In today's video, I will reveal the scientific reason your mind resists change, how your subconscious mind is formed in early childhood, why relying on your conscious efforts and motivation alone doesn't work, the scientific basis for why mindset hacks often fail to create lasting change, how the analytical mind acts as a barrier to new programming, and a simple technique to bypass this barrier and rewire your brain from the inside out. The autopilot mind, how our brain was programmed from birth. Those early patterns don't just influence us, they actively shape who we become. Have you ever found yourself promising never again, only to repeat the same mistake a week later? You are not alone. Most of us experience this frustrating cycle. But here's the thing, it's not your fault. Your brain was literally programmed that way. For the moment you take your first breath, your brain begins creating neural connections based on everything you experience. These connections form the foundation of what we call subconscious mind. During your early childhood years, your brain is in a highly receptive state where information flows in with minimal critical filtering. Think about that for a second. As a child, you were essentially walking around with your mental doors wide open, absorbing everything. What your parents said about money, how your teachers responded to your questions, how adults around you handled conflicts. All this information went straight into your subconscious without any screening process. This explains why childhood experiences have such a powerful impact on us. When someone told you that you weren't good at math, or that art wasn't a practical pursuit, or that showing emotion was a sign of weakness, these messages weren't just heard. They were downloaded directly into your operating system. You didn't have the analytical capacity yet to question these inputs. Why childhood programming shapes your whole life? Childhood experiences lay the vast majority of our subconscious foundation. These early years are critical for habit formation and establishing the mental pattern that will guide our behaviors and reactions through adulthood. This programming becomes your mental autopilot. It runs quietly in the background, making thousands of split-second decisions without your conscious awareness. Should I speak up in the meeting? Can I trust this person? Is this opportunity safe or risky? Your subconscious answers this question before you even realize you've asked them. The science behind this is fascinating. Your unconscious processes operate far more rapidly than conscious reasoning, with research indicating that approximately 95% of your actions are automated. Think about how you don't consciously decide each movement when you are trying your shoes or brushing your teeth. These complex motor patterns happen automatically thanks to neural pathways established through repetition. So when you consciously decide to start a new habit or break an old one, your subconscious programming is still running the show behind the scenes. This is why you might set your alarm early to exercise, then find yourself hitting snooze repeatedly despite your best intentions. Your conscious mind wants to change, but your subconscious is following decades-old instructions. This takes me to our next point, which is why you are not failing. Your subconscious is just winning. Understanding this programming is the first step toward changing it. Your behaviors aren't random or the result of personal failure. They are the product of deeply ingrained pattern formed before you even had a say in the matter. When you find yourself reacting with fear to public speaking or procrastinating on important tasks or choosing partners who aren't good for you, you are seeing your subconscious programming in action. This also explains why motivational books and simple mindset hacks so often fail to create lasting change. They operate almost exclusively at the conscious level. You read inspiring words, feel momentarily empowered, and genuinely want to transform your life. But these conscious intentions are trying to override a lifetime of programming using only a small fraction of your mental resources. It's like trying to redirect a river by placing a few rocks in the stream. The water simply flows around them and continue on its original course. Your conscious efforts to change, no matter how sincere, are usually insufficient to counter the powerful current of your subconscious programming. So what actually works? The answer lies in understanding what stands between your intentions and lasting change. Breaking through the mental firewall, the signs of real change. To create lasting change, we need to understand what is actually blocking our progress. When you try to adapt a new habit or belief, you encounter an invisible barrier that few people recognize. Think about the last time you tried to change a habit. Maybe you decided to wake up earlier, exercise more, or stop procrastinating. How long did your commitment last? A week? Few days? Maybe just until the next morning? Don't worry. This pattern isn't a reflection of your character or willpower. There's actually a fascinating scientific reason behind it. Between your conscious desires and your subconscious programming sits what Dr. Dispenza calls the analytical mind, which screens new ideas like internal firewall. This protective layer serves as a filter, constantly comparing new information against existing beliefs and automatically rejecting anything that contradicts your current programming. This mental firewall explains why simply reading a motivational book or repeating positive affirmation rarely creates lasting change. When you encounter new ideas that challenge your existing programming, your analytical mind kicks into high gear. It starts poking holes in the new information, finding reasons why it doesn't apply to you, or simply filtering it out before it can reach your subconscious, where real change happens. So why willpower isn't enough and what actually works? So there you are, intellectually understanding what needs to change, perhaps even desperately wanting to change, while your subconscious continues running the same old patterns. You know you should save money, but you keep overspending. You understand healthy eating principles, but reach for comfort food when stressed. You want to be more assertive, but freeze up in important conversations. This is why willpower alone typically fails. When you try to force change through sheer determination, you are essentially fighting against programming that runs 95% of your brain's operation using only 5% that is conscious. It's an exhausting uphill battle that few can sustain for long. So how do we get past this mental firewall? According to Dr. Dispenza's research, this analytical filter can be bypassed when we enter specific brain wave states through meditation and focused awareness. Our normal waking state is dominated by the beta waves, the busy analytical thinking mode. When we slow down into alpha theta states, something remarkable happens. How brain waves unlock real change. This slower brainwave states temporarily quiet the analytical mind. Alpha waves emerge when you are relaxed but alert, like when you are daydreaming or just waking up. Theta waves appear in deeper meditation or just before sleep. In this state, the mental firewall lowers, creating a direct line of communication with your subconscious mind. What makes this state so powerful is that they create the optimal condition for neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to form new neural connections. Research shows that in alpha and theta states, the brain becomes more malleable, allowing new patterns to be established more efficiently than during normal waking consciousness. This is why meditation is far more than just a relaxation technique. It is a scientifically validated method for assessing and reprogramming your subconscious mind. This is my final takeaway. Work with your brain, not against it. The beauty of this approach is that it works with your brain's natural processes rather than against them. Instead of trying to force change through narrow channels of conscious efforts, it opens a much wider pathway by temporarily bypassing the analytical filter altogether. This creates lasting change at the source of your behaviors, not just temporary shifts in your conscious intentions. In the next segment, I will walk you through a simple step-by-step meditation practice grounded in this science. that you can use immediately to begin rewiring your own mental patterns. Understanding why your brain resists change is just the beginning. Now it's time to learn how to work with your brain's natural design rather than against it. The breathing practice I will share creates a direct pathway to update your mental programming at its source. Your brain was wired from the beginning to keep you safe, not to make you happy. That is why many of your automatic responses favor security over fulfillment. But here's the good news. You have the power to update this programming. The solution isn't forcing change through willpower or trying harder with the same approaches. It's changing your strategy completely by working from the inside out. Let's give this breathing exercise a shot. You can do it with me now, or you can do it later. It is easy. Take just 2 minutes today to try this simple, focused breathing exercise. So close your eyes and breathe deeply and begin bypassing your analytical layer. And I'm going to demonstrate this right now. You just sit, you close your eyes, and then you just take in deep breath. In and as you can see, when I breathe out, I breathe through my mouth with a sigh. So you can go in and fill up the belly and the chest, and then you hold it at the top, and then you release it either through the nostrils or through the mouth with a big sigh. This is really, it feels good. So let me do it for the last time. It's that easy. Try this simple breathing meditation anytime you feel anxious, indecisive, or angry. It will calm you down, ground you, and allow you to respond rather than react to whatever you are dealing with. You should experience how simple breathing meditation for 2 to 5 minutes can alter your mind. Try this with other meditations and do this consistently for 30 days and thank me later. What I usually do is 5-10 minutes before I get into my meditation, my morning meditation. I sit down, I go through this breath cycle, in and out for like 5-10 minutes, which calms my mind down, puts me into the alpha theta state. And then I go into my meditation, and that is really powerful. Remember this, you are not broken or stuck. You are simply running outdated mental software that can be reprogrammed. So what's one old pattern you would love to rewire today? Let me know in the comment section below if you want me to do another video that goes deeper into what other techniques you can add to your daily routine to reprogram your mind so you can live life on your own terms. Please like this video, share with your network, and subscribe to the channel in the description below. New videos are uploaded every week. Thank you. Namaste.